This is a video of a retrofit of Shimano Di2 Dura Ace 9070. The bike it's been retrofitted onto is a felt 2013 F4. It doesn't actually have internal cabling for Di2 or electronic group sets. So what I've had to do is not modify the frame. The frame's not been modified in any way, but make the best of what's offered. Basically, as you can see, there's no external battery or battery mount. The cabling I've tried to hide as best as possible, and I'll take you through it from the top. Starting with the shifters, got the Dura Ace 9070 shifters on there. The cabling come through obviously into the front junction box on there, cable tied to one of the brake cables, and then that actually runs down under the frame because there is no internal routing, and that's held in place via helicopter tape, which when you kind of look at the bike from the side, what's on the road, you'd barely even notice it. Okay, and then the cable is just cable tied on here to one of the original gear cable barrels on there. Okay, the actual mech on here that I've run the cable through down where the old mechanical cable used to go, and then down through the bottom bracket. There's no, I've managed to get away with using an internal junction box. There's no external junction box on this frame either, and the battery I've gone for is actually in the seat post, and that actually drops down as well. I did order an external battery, external junction box to go on this bike, but when I kind of got to the stage where I could see where I could do some parts internally, sent those back and ordered the internal battery and internal junction box. So what I'll do is I'll take the bike off the stand and I'll show you what's been done. This cable here again runs through, cable tied onto the gear stay on here, and then helicopter tape down to where the bottom bracket is. What I will say about the kind of the system as a whole, someone described it as like driving an automatic car in a way. The shifting is so seamless that you find yourself shifting, well I do anyway, more than what I was when I had the Ultegra 6700 on here. I've only kind of done 100 miles on it so far, and it's absolutely seamless. What I have found, one of the obviously benefits, people say the auto trim is very good, which it is. When you're coming up a climb and you're still in the big ring on the front, and obviously you get caught out because the climb's getting steeper and steeper, you can drop down. Obviously if you drop down to the smaller ring, normally you'd obviously your cadence would pick up and you're probably doing the wrong cadence, but what you can do on this is obviously drop it down to the small ring, flick it down a couple of cogs on the back ring in about probably less than half a second, if that, and then obviously you don't lose any momentum, and you're still obviously going at a good pace on there. So that's one of the benefits I found so far. I haven't actually got into playing around with the settings yet, obviously with the shift speed on there, that's something I will do, but this video is just about obviously the install on there. I've done it all myself, obviously kind of have some kind of experience with bikes, but no real kind of mechanical experience on there, but I can obviously know what I'm doing. But very easy to set up once it's on the bike. And what I actually found when I was on a ride today, the junction box I was riding along was very slightly clicking in one of the back gears on there, so I held down the button under here as I was riding, flicked it across, adjusted it as I was riding along. The clicking just went with one knock of the adjustment, turned it back off adjustment mode again, and you're still running. You know, so easy to adjust when you're on the ride as well. But now that's done, you should never really need to do that again. That's the whole kind of idea of Di2, partly, is the low maintenance. Let me take the bike off the stand and I'll show you the underside of what's been done on this frame. Okay, so this is the underside, obviously the bottom bracket area. What I was going to have here was an external junction box, and obviously all the cables running to it outside the frame, and then external batteries, as I was saying, on the mount, on the chainstay mounts here. What I found when I was taking the cable guide out of the frame, I was expecting to find a threaded kind of nut underneath the stay here, which the external mount would go straight onto to fix, but there's actually the way it works is when you take this out, there's actually a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom of the frame, and the kind of a washer underneath this, which is threaded, which holds the cable stay in place. So what I've managed to do is obviously use an internal battery and drop the cable straight down to the bottom bracket and plug that in the junction box. Run the cable down from the shifters in here, and the cable from the rear mech in as well. Join them up, push them all in through this 1/2 inch hole for the cable guide, and put that back in again afterwards, so it's almost an internal install, to be fair, bar a couple of cables. There's helicopter tape on here just to kind of keep it waterproof at the moment, but I will look at kind of putting a grommet in there as a better solution. But for the moment I'm fairly pleased with it, because it's been a neat install and no external kind of batteries or mounts on there, so it's kept the bike looking pretty much as, you know, like it's Di2 compatible. I couldn't find anything on the web reference this frame and what to do, so I thought I'd make a video for anyone else that has a kind of Felt F Series 2013 that is considering doing a kind of retrofit of the Shimano Di2. Any questions, just post them in the forum or post them below on this video.